Keep going into those charity shops, guys. Keep trying, keep trying. You'll go into 9 charity shops and you'll find absolutely nothing. And then one day you'll just hit a gold mine. It's bound to happen. Just keep trying. So I went into a charity shop 2 weeks ago and I bought from this particular charity shop. I did fairly well. I think I got about 8 for £1 each and I was really happy with them. I didn't think they would have anything again so soon. I usually go in maybe once every few weeks. So I decided to go into this particular charity shop the following week. I don't know. I just took a chance on it. And I spoke to the lady behind the counter and she recognized me. She said, "Oh, we've had some classical records in, just 50p each." So I went straight down there, had a look, and I found 26, believe it or not, 50p each, £13 for the whole lot. I would have paid more for them, frankly. I probably would have paid £1 each for them, but who's complaining? Let me just go through and tell you what I bought. Don't be too jealous. So we got on Fontana, sorry, let's try and get the lighting right on that. We got Handel's Water Music with Edward van Bynum. That's probably from a Philips, probably a reissue from a Philips. It's a stereo pressed in the UK. That's a good one. So I did review Turnabout, and I've got some Turnabouts to go through. Haydn Concerti for Lyra. And if you want to know what a lyra is, if you look carefully, you can see it there. You crank it with one hand and you play it with the other. It's got quite a nice sound to it, not too unlike a glass harmonica that Mozart also wrote for. So that's an interesting Cinderella, the Cinderella label, as I call it, Turnabout. It's a budget label, but there's nothing really budget about the performances, and it's really good recording quality. Music for 2 guitars. Mozart's concertos 1 to 4. So I've not really listened to those too much. The concerto number 5 is obviously a brilliant concerto, K175. Before that, I've listened to bits and pieces. I haven't been too impressed, but anyway, I've got them. Here's Hoffman Guilani on Turnabout. I did listen to some of that. It sounded to me like very poor quality Haydn, not even as good as Michael Haydn. But anyway, it doesn't matter. It's nice to have them. Hummel, I'm not that keen on Hummel. I mean, he's pleasant enough to listen to, but his music is less than inspiring. Nevertheless, it's nice to have these. Look at the artwork. And I must say about Turnabouts, I didn't say this in my review, but the notes are very good on the back. Very informative. Excuse me. So another Turnabout, Mozart's A Musical Joke, Leopold's Toy Symphony and the Sleigh Ride on Turnabout, Vivaldi 4 Concerti. I actually recorded some of this on my review of the Turnabouts, and they do sound good. You have a listen to that recording, 30 seconds I recorded. It does sound good. We've got a Classics for Pleasure here, Berlioz Overtures. I haven't heard a lot of these, and this was recorded in 1976. James Loughran conducting the Halle Orchestra. That should be a good one. Finlandia, one of the great pieces of music that Sibelius ever composed. A magnificent piece of music, together with some other music. There's some Grieg on here as well. We've got Sibelius Valse Triste, Grieg, 2 elegiac melodies, Macaris conducting. World of Great Classics, SPA. We've got the 1812 Overture here. Now, I bought this mainly for the 3 Russian folk songs and the Spring Cantata of Rachmaninoff. I'm not that keen on the 1812 Overture. I don't know why. I just don't really like it that much. Although, oddly enough, it's probably the first piece of classical music I ever heard. My school teacher brought it in one day and played it to us when I was about sort of 10, 11 years old. It didn't inspire me to listen to any more classical at that time, but I don't know. I was just listening to pop, Top of the Pops in those days. So my Vlast, My Fatherland, that's a DG gatefold on Privilege, which is a budget DG label. Nothing wrong with that though. Kubelik conducting. I've seen this record so many times, never really listened to it. It uses the music of Bizet, of course, the Carmen Ballet. On that's a Melodia, which has been put onto an ASD. Schubert's Rosamunde, and we've got that's on Classics of Pleasure, digital recording. Who's conducting? Let's have a look. Who's conducting? Oh, Gustav Kuhn. Never heard of him, but I'm sure that will be good. L'Oiseau Lyre, that is a Decca label. They've got a lot of Baroque music on L'Oiseau Lyre. And there's Handel with some concertos and a concerto grosso. The Philo Musica of London. That should be a good one. I like the label on L'Oiseau Lyre. There we are. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. Keep going. We've got another turnabout here. Don't know the music. Milhaud, Chabrier, Fauré. It's actually for two pianos. Walter and Beatrice Klein. I wonder whether, and Rena Kyriakou. I wonder whether Beatrice is Walter Klein's sister. Probably. Mother Goose is on here, and it's all transcribed for three pianos. That should be good. Grieg Peer Gynt. It's a French EMI. There we are. It's a gatefold, and that should be okay. Preston, France. They can be quite good. So La Voix de son maître, his master's voice. Charles Rosen on a CBS playing the two Chopin piano concertos. That should be good. Another CFP, Mother Goose Suite, Bizet, Children's Games, and Saint-Saëns, Carnival of the Animals. And who's conducting there? Oh no, it's for Alexander Gibson, and two pianos, Caton and Falk. I'm not sure which piece that's going to be, but anyway, I'll discover. Daniel Adney, don't really see too much of him. He seems to have recorded a few, but wasn't a prolific. It didn't record. Hasn't got too much of a discography, I think. Daniel Adney. That's Saint-Saëns and Mendelssohn. Groves conducting on an ASD. Mendelssohn, the Great Violin Concerto, and a concerto that he wrote in his youth in D minor. Grumio is the soloist. Louis Vierne. This should be interesting to listen to. Symphony No. 3 for organ. That's on a Saga. Have a look at the Saga label. You know, I think it's quite a good budget label from the 60s. I think it's... I used to have the Brandenburg concertos on a Saga, and I still think that they're probably the best performance I ever heard. I can't remember who the conductor was, but anyway, that should be interesting. That's played at Ely Cathedral, a cathedral I used to live near to, and I've been there. Yepes on guitar, playing some famous pieces on Deutsche Grammophon. Privilege, which is the budget label for DG, and this is a good record on Argo, which is a Decca label, and we've got some concertos with Mariner conducting. So yeah, concerto for oboe and strings, triple concerto for violin, oboe and flute. I wonder who the violinist is. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't say. Okay, it doesn't matter. Hogwood, Christopher Hogwood wrote the notes for this. There are the notes on the back. So yeah, anyway, that's my haul, 50 pence a piece. Really pleased with that. Keep looking, keep visiting those thrift stores in the USA or charity shops in the UK. Sorry, yeah, thrift stores is what you call them in the USA. Just keep going, visit them frequently, and you'll get some great hauls. I'm really pleased with those, 50 pence each, £13 for 26 records. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing. It will encourage me to make more videos. Bye for now.